broadcasting on Facebook. Says that we are broadcasting. Let me double check and see. Says goes to news feed. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining us here and spending some time on a Sunday morning to get up. As Vaisheshika Prabhu says that we really vote with our feet. And
Mataji, your voice was breaking, so can you please repeat what you just told?
Right. My voice was breaking. Yeah, I just put one of you on mute. I was having some disturbance from there. Yeah, so I was just congratulating all of you for coming to this class on a Sunday morning. It's not an easy thing to get up at 6:30 or before 6:30, much before 6:30 to be able to join this class. So thank you so much. And as Vaisheshika Prabhu says that you vote by your feet. And what that basically means is that, normally we might just say that, oh, I enjoy the fact that people distribute prasadam. And then when you really go and use your feet and go there to participate in prasadam distribution, that's when we really know how good you feel about it. So you are voting by your feet by coming to this class, that you're really interested in the Bhagavad-gita. So that's fantastic news there. And welcome Meera Mataji and Sadhana Mataji also. So we'll begin shortly after this brief prayers to the spiritual master. And then we'll continue on with our reading from the Bhagavad-gita today. Om Ajnanatimarandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So what's the verse that we are doing today?
2.9, Mataji.
2.9, fantastic, for 50 points. There you go. And so
only 50, Mataji, today.
You want 500?
Yes.
Those 50 points were in dollars. Okay, Suruchi, and then we have Sulekha joined us, and then after that we had Sutapa joined us, and then Meera Mataji and Sadhana Mataji. Then Meera and Sadhana Mataji, and anybody else on the call that I'm missing? Suruchi, Sulekha, Sutapa, Meera, and Sadhana.
No, Mataji.
Okay, there we go. So let's get going. I'm going to start sharing my screen here with you momentarily. And we go to verse number 9. So those of you who joined us last week, it was a difficult verse. And let's see, this one seems to be relatively easy, but let's see how we go with that. So Sañjaya vacha, right? So here Sañjaya is speaking, right? All this while Sañjaya spoke and Arjuna spoke, Kṛṣṇa spoke briefly. And then again now, after Arjuna has surrendered to Kṛṣṇa and expressed his concerns about fighting the war, he's saying that how can I kill my elders? Because if I do that, then my hands are going to be tainted with blood. And so he says it's better than, doing, well, that is better that I go and just live the life of a beggar like that. So in this verse then, Sañjaya is going to summarize. So he's saying, and then talk more about what happened after that. So he's saying, Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva. So that's a tongue twister for sure. Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva. Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva. Now let's look at the words here. Sañjaya uvāca, we all know, is, what is it? Sañjaya uvāca.
Sañjaya said.
Right, come on, work with me. Evam, thus, uktvā, speaking. hṛṣīkeśaṁ, unto Kṛṣṇa, the master of the senses. guḍākeśaḥ, Arjun, the master of curbing ignorance. Or also, guḍa means sleep. So ignorance is equated with sleep. paran-tapaḥ, the chastiser of the enemies. Na yotsye, I shall not fight. Iti, thus, govindam, unto Kṛṣna, the giver of pleasure to the senses. Uktvā, saying, tūṣṇīṁ, silent. Babhūva, became. Ha, certainly. So up till now, ha, eva, right? We have used it, but now it's a new one for certainty. Ha, certainly. Sañjaya said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Kṛṣna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Right? So, observation. What do you think about Arjuna's behavior in this verse?
Not befitting a Kshatriya.
Not what?
Exactly.
Not befitting of a Kshatriya.
Not befitting a Kshatriya. Okay. Anything else?
Ignorance, guḍākeśaḥ.
Say that again.
He's acting out of ignorance.
He's acting out of ignorance, right? And then Sañjaya is kind of pointing that thing out, right? That he's addressing him by the name guḍākeśaḥ, and then he's not acting according to his name, right? guḍākeśaḥ. So not acting like a Kshatriya, not acting like acting like an ignorant person. Okay.
And he was
Also
a little
rebelling
sad
against-
also.
So I'll say that again, Satapa.
He was a little sad, like fell silent. So he was
fell
not
silent.
Yeah.
Right. That is the very important thing in this verse, that he fell silent.
Hmm.
So what do you think the silence is going to lead to?
Do you think he was saying he's only thinking about himself only? And like you said, even though he says Kṛṣna is the controller of senses, but he is only thinking through himself only, not what Kṛṣna wants.
He's thinking about his senses only,
Yeah.
and not about Hṛṣīkeśaṁ, who actually controls the senses.
Yeah, when he calls him
Right.
hṛṣīkeśaṁ, yeah.
hṛṣīkeśaṁ, right? Yeah. So Sañjaya is narrating this. They're like, hey, look here, this Arjuna who's supposed to be, controller of ignorance. He's talking to one who controls the senses about his own senses, right? And then the indication from Sañjaya is that, hey, you can't beat the guy who controls your senses. He's going to control your senses, right? But yeah, so that is all there. A very important thing. Now, a couple of verses ago, what had Arjuna done? Couple of verses prior to this. Let's go and look at the verses.
I will not fight.
That he's saying here, right?
No, guide me. I am a soul.
He said he had surrendered to Kṛṣna, right? Yeah, he said, I'm a soul surrendered. Correct. Please instruct me, right? So he's saying, please instruct me. Okay. And then after saying, please instruct me, then he again says something more.
He said the grief is drying up his senses.
Senses, right? So he's talking about his senses. He's saying grief is driving up his senses. So if you're complaining about senses, hey, you've gone to the doctor of senses. Specialized in the senses, he's gone to hṛṣīkeśaṁ, right? So he will get his medicine, right? But before he can get his medicine, he has to keep quiet, right?
Yeah.
He fell silent. So it's very
Now
important
he can
there.
hear.
Now he will hear, right?
Now he can hear.
Now he can hear, correct. And then you will see that in subsequent chapters of Bhagavad-gita, Kṛṣna says, Tat shṛṇu. He says, listen now to me, Arjuna. Like, he's talking, like that. So he fell silent. So nice thing to observe there. So Sañjaya uvāca, evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva. Guḍākeśaḥ. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to compare the Sanskrit with the English here. Yeah, that matches. All right. So in the order of appearance today, we have Suruchi Mataji going in first. And if you're on mute, then please unmute yourself, Suruchi Mataji.
Okay. Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ.
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 You got it.
Babhūva.
Babhūva. Yeah, bhu for bhugol, ba for bakri, right? Or bad, like that. Baby, that ba. And then bhu is for bhul, bhugol, right? Bharat, that bha is there. Va is for Varanasi, right? The va and ha. Okay, good. Now let's go to Sulika Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Babhūva. That's a tongue twister for sure. Babhūva. Bahu, not bahu, right? Okay. Now, what do you call jaggery in Hindi?
Good.
Gud, right? It's the same gud here. Guda. Not guda. Not gudda. Guda. Yeah, you got it. Guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ. Okay. What is the Sanskrit for silent?
Tūṣṇīṁ.
Tūṣṇīṁ. Very nice. Tūṣṇīṁ. And what is the master of senses called?
Hṛṣīkeśaṁ.
Hṛṣīkeśaṁ, right. And one who is very expert in curbing ignorance, what do you call him?
Govinda.
One who can curb ignorance.
Paran-tapaḥ. No.
Paran-tapaḥ.
No, that's chastiser of enemies.
Guḍākeśaḥ.
Guḍākeśaḥ, right? Guda means sleep, right? And ignorance. Guḍākeśaḥ. Actually, Arjuna had also mastered not sleeping also. The physical sense of sleep also. Not only the ignorance, but also physically not sleeping. And so he wanted to practice, he wanted to practice the archery. And so he used to, when everybody was asleep, he used to get up in the night and he used to practice with a bow and an arrow, shooting at the target. And so in the night, you can't see anything. So he could shoot in the dark also. And then that came in handy, right? Years later, when he went to the Swayamvar of Draupadi, right? They had tied his eyes. And then he had to shoot at the fish on the top, right? By looking below. So that kind of thing. So he became very expert at being able to shoot a target when visibility is very difficult to do, right? So paran-tapaḥ, guḍākeśaḥ is also used like that, right? Paran-tapaḥ, what was paran-tapaḥ?
Chastiser of enemy.
Yes, chastiser of enemies, right? Yeah. And what is Arjuna's enemy at this point?
His senses.
His senses.
His senses or his ignorance, correct? Right? Okay, good. So let's go now to Sitapa.
Yes. Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Ha. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to you because you typically don't distinction between BH and Va because of the background from Bengal language. That's fine. But this
Mataji,
bhu,
Yes.
va. Yeah, this is va, right? You usually don't
Va.
pronounce va, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go to Meera Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Vaha, right? And what is the word for fighting?
Uktvā is killing, right? What is fighting?
yotsya.
Yotsya, yes. Yotsya is fighting. Okay, who's next?
It's me. Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Yeah, and tūṣṇīṁ. There's an emphasis here on the U. Tūṣṇīṁ, tūṣṇīṁ. There's I has also got emphasis. You also. So tūṣṇīṁ, like those who can understand Hindi, you see there is a U. Tūṣṇīṁ, tūṣṇīṁ. Babhūva. Very nice. What's the meaning of tūṣṇīṁ?
Silent.
Silence. Right.
Silent.
Babhūva. Yeah, he became. Right? Okay. So then Aruni Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Okay. So team, do you think you can go for the full one now?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes? Okay. So then let's do that. Starting with Suruchi Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva. Okay, very good. Sulekha Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Babhūva. Sutapa. Good.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Okay. Meera Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Sadhana Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Aruni Mataji.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Babhūva. All right, one more time. Starting from Suruchi.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Lekha.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Yeah, babhūva.
Babhūva.
Okay, Meera.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
All right, good. Meera.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Sañjaya uvāca evam. Oh, sorry. Is it?
Yeah, no, my turn first.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Sadhana.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
So, Sadhana Mataji, how do you feel after this fluent recitation?
How do I feel? Good. Nothing. Why?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that, I'm just thinking back from when we started, right?
Oh.
You were like, this is so difficult. I have a British accent. I cannot do it, right?
Yes.
And here you are going like, riding the waves of Sanskrit recitation.
Yes,
Awesome.
no, definitely. Thank you. This has been very helpful. It's also very nice actually doing 30 minutes and reading it quickly too. It helps to embed when we don't spend too long trying to do it. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Harini Mataji.
Sañjaya, excuse me. Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Babhūva. I give it. It's a tongue twister. Okay, so yotsya means?
Killing. Silence.
Killing? Silence? What does yotsya mean?
Yotsya is killing the senses, right? I shall not fight.
I shall not fight.
Fight. Yotsya means I shall not fight, right? And you know what? We have come across this word earlier in the first chapter. He's saying, yotsamanana veksheham yaetra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priya chikishavaha. So where is the fighting here?
Yotsamana,
right? Yotsamanana veksheham. All right. So what do you say? We have 1 minute left. Do we all want to recite it together, or you want to go do one more round? I think we'll be able to do one more round. Okay, go for it. Suruchi.
Sañjaya evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Okay. Sulekha.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
No, there's no baba. Look at the Hindi.
Yeah, Hindi is easier.
Babhūva.
babhūva.
Babhūva, yeah. Okay. All right, good. Sudapa.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Meera.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ paran-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very good. Okay. Sadhana.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsye iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. Aruṇimati, for the close.
Sañjaya uvāca evam uktvā hṛṣīkeśaṁ guḍākeśaḥ param-tapaḥ na yotsya iti govindam uktvā tūṣṇīṁ babhūva.
Very nice. All right. So then we'll put a stop over here. And we'll, Kṛṣna willing, we'll meet again next Friday at 6 o'clock p.m. in the evening and continue our reading from which chapter?
5.
Chapter number 5. Now you get 1,000 points. You can spend them till next Friday. Okay. So thank you so much once again for joining and your focus on Kṛṣna. And let us not be guḍākeśas and go into the service of hṛṣīkeśaṁ. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Premanande Hari Hari
Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare
Take care.
Krishna
Have a
Mataji.
fantastic
Danvat
day.
Pranam.